Look, nothing comes free in this world, so special thanks goes out to our patrons. Join their ranks and show your support for independent content at patreon.com/retrofuntime. Welcome to Retro Funtime Weekly. Yes, you heard that right, we're going weekly. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping. We're going to get back to concluding our Earthbound animation saga soon, but we just couldn't hold off any longer on this new change. Now, these weekly segments will be a bit shorter than what you're used to, but it'll let us not only look at games or series of games in a different light, but also let us jump around to some modern games. Yeah, you heard me right. We'll give the same treatment we do to games of the past and treat this modern art genre with the respect it needs. So then what's our opening weekly thing going to be? Well, there's something that's been bothering me. A certain trope in a certain series of games. Why is it that in the Final Fantasy series there are so many rebel groups? Seriously, we have the Returners, Avalanche, Owl, and Nora. It's a common enough trope that it deems discussion on each one of them separately. So let's kick off this series analyzing the rebel groups of Final Fantasy, starting off with the Returners. From Final Fantasy VI, the Returners... No, not those guys. There we go. The Returners are a rebel force formed to stop the expansion of the Gestalian Empire. Led by their glorious leader Banon, they formed in response to the growing influence of the Empire as they used their new Magitech technology to conquer the respective towns. It's a plucky little group filled with various peoples of all walks of life. Huh. You know, this all sounds familiar. Yeah, it does sound like Star Wars. The Returners versus the Gestalian Empire pretty much sounds exactly like the conflict of the Rebel Alliance versus the Galactic Empire. Now, before you all go shouting out that Squaresoft ripped off the original trilogy, need I remind you that even Star Wars took a lot of its notes from Greek mythology, Roman mythology, and was heavily influenced by Joseph Campbell's The Hero with a Thousand Faces. So this begs the question, why do we even care? If it's a story told in so many ways, why would the writers of Final Fantasy VI even bother to put in the concept of Rebel Group? What advantage do they gain? Well, it's something familiar. It's something that we as players and we as story consumers can easily grasp, rally behind, and make us want to push the story forward. In this fantastical world of espers and Magitech armor and a psychotic clown bent on godlike domination, it's something good to give the player in order for them to kind of put everything in context. By utilizing a familiar rebel group sort of trope, it really gives the player something quickly to grasp onto and sort of understand the lay of the land and what's at stake if things go wrong. Plus, as the world of Ruin comes into play and as the entire world is destroyed, it really gives a bit more personal impact as you just realized everybody that you had fought with, that you had supported, is pretty much dead. Well, I hope you enjoyed this first installment of Retro Funtime Weekly. Next time, it's off to the first installment of the game series on the PlayStation as we talk about Barrett and his group Avalanche in Final Fantasy VII.